Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome back to... I'm going to have to turn that music down in my ear a little bit. There we go. Now I can hear myself think. I don't have a... As you can see, I don't have a normal boom mic because I move around too much. It wouldn't be worth it. Yeah, careful what you wish for there, mate. Well, I'm just having a bit of a coffee here. Well, welcome back to KariDoesStuff. This is my model bench stream. We're going to get back to doing what we were doing last time. Just chilling out, listening to some tunes, and me gibbering on about nonsense that I'm making on my bench. As you can see here, I've got a lot of light coming in from this direction now. I got an old fish. I had an old fish tank over there by where the 3D printers were, and I took the fish tank lights out, and I was going to throw them away, and I thought, no, wait a minute, they'd be good for lighting my model bench. So they're hooked up on the shelf underneath my camera here, and they now focus a lot more light onto this main bench. So hopefully you'll be able to see better what I'm actually doing this time. So we're going to give that a go. So today we're going to work on the mini. So let's bring this over here and work on the mini. Hey, there we go. See, you can see already there's a lot more light. So we're going to finish working on this mini, or try and work on this mini. I made a bit of a boob. I masked up too much, so I'm going to have to be very careful when I sand down to feather in this lot, feather in the edges. Again, like I say, I make mistakes. So I'm going to have to feather those down. There's that. But also going to be working on my Arth and Morgan horse. Now, I had a look at this. This filler has dried fairly well. It's gone quite hard. So we're going to be able to sand that down today. So that's going to be a good thing there. And we're also going to try painting the little unicorn as well as like my test bed. Design and print a diffuser. Oh, a light diffuser. What the things that? Oh shit! Hang on. Yeah, I did have a couple of those, so I don't know where they went. Why is it? What's wrong with it? Yeah, I kind of need a reflector to reflect it back down, but you can get hold of those like really super cheap from... I'll just grab me a couple of those offline. Right, now I can't hear the music at all. That track was quite loud. Let me know if the levels aren't correct and if the volumes are like music's too loud or voice isn't loud enough or something like that. So first of all, we're gonna try and sand down this bit of the car. Oh, I've got all this bloody newspaper in it. Everyone has now just started to get me newspaper. Whenever somebody comes over, my mum or my people who do my shopping or whatever, they'll come over and go, oh look, I've got a big pile of newspapers for you. I'm like, thanks. So I've got newspapers just stashed everywhere. Just can't use it fast enough. Right, so alright, here we go. What have we got here? Right, let's get this other light over here to fill up this side of the background. This side of the... Here we go. There we go. Now I can see a bit better. The sleeves. Alright, so I'm going to need... I don't want it to be too coarse. That should do it. Just got to feather out the edges as best I can. There we go, that one's working a bit on the edge there. because I oversprayed. I masked up a bit too much. Didn't mask up enough, sorry. I had it a bit too big. So I just want to try and rub off some of this primer. Just to try and feather it in a little bit better. I'm going to try and, when it comes to gloss coat it, it will, the problem is, when you got paint and you put paint on top of paint, you end up with a line, and that has a level of thickness to it because of, you know, paint has a thickness. So if you don't somehow work that out, feather it out, you will end up with a ridge, which you can actually see and feel in the gloss. So like, I have to feather off the edges as much as I possibly can to smooth that down. Because it's all one colour, it's going to be the same colour, it's not so bad, you can feather it out. But then you can work out any extra lump, any extra ridge in there with the gloss paint. Like when I've done the top here, that's all was painted white, and then the red was put on top of the white and the blue was put on top of the white. You could run your finger across the top and you could feel where the edge of the paint was. So I had to like over gloss it, gloss the ridges and valleys, sand it back, and then gloss the whole lot, and now it's all nice and smooth and you can't feel anything. So I'm hoping to do that with this as well. So if there does end up to be a ridge where you can feel the edge of the paint, I'll over gloss it, and hopefully that'll feather in any of the ridges. Right, so we've just got to gently work this back to feather it in. There we go, it's going. Let's go back. There we go. We'll do that bit too. See? Now we don't have such a defined edge along that. It means it's being feathered. Now I'm going to try and sand a bit of this back because we had a bit of gack in there. Just want to sand that back a bit. Right. Now as you can see, the primer has actually got in the door panels. That's not going to be too much of a problem because I can mask out and spray in there and then get rid of that. But I'm quite pleased with this at the moment. I mean, I know it doesn't look much, but once it's sprayed up, you will notice a difference, or should notice a difference. Like I say, I've been working on this mistake for such a long time, and I really didn't want to have to do this to it, what I'm doing right now. I really wanted to see if I could find a quick, easy way to fix that mistake, but that ended up becoming more problems than it's worth. But then when you're doing stuff like this, the only way you ever learn is by trying stuff out. So you sit there and think, well, can I do that? Would I be able to do that? And then if you try it and you can't, then there's always reverting back to do it the hard way. Right, so now that's nice and smooth. Oh yeah, no ridges on there. So now I can mask that up and get ready to spray that with the red. Right, so that's nice and smoothed out. Just check that. Yep. That's nice and smooth. Right, let's get the masking tape on that bad boy. Where are you, masking tape? That should do it. Right. we're getting there. This little mini will look good when it's done. Although right now it looks like most of the minis that I ever saw. Perfect, all well done, but you look on the other side and they've got like a filled body panel. We haven't quite finished. Yeah, no, I haven't quite finished. Got to spray the door. Most of the minis I knew look like that. That's useful. Oh, now more thumbs. Come on. There we go. That's that masked up. Oh, there's a bit there that hasn't been sprayed properly. Alright, let's get rid of that. Let's open that up. And spray that too. Okay. Why is that not cutting? There we go. Might need to change the scalpel blade. This might be a bit too dull. Really always make sure you've got a nice sharp blade on there if you're doing intricate work, but I wasn't intending to do intricate work. Right, here we go, that will do. Perfect. Right, excuse me a minute while I run off and get the I'll leave you with that so you can see what's going on there. I need to go and get the cling film, so if you're up. Okay, that's better. Now we're back. Right. Got to wrap it like you're making sandwiches. It's a nice lazy Sunday today. I really wanted to get back here and get some work done. I'm really glad I could get back on this bench today. Come on. That's the trouble with the cling film, it sticks to itself. That's, well, it's a blessing and a curse. The whole point of it is that it sticks to itself. Sometimes that's super annoying. Tuck it in the back there. Perfect. Okay, that's going on there like that, and that's going to go on the spray booth while I put away the sandpaper and everything else. So, un momento, por favor. Oh no, I don't want to do that just yet, do I? Put it up there. Right. Right, because we got to put all this stuff away. A load of rubbish to put away. Toilet rolls. Sandpaper, masking tape, all that lot's got to go away. Don't need that now. Oh, fucking. I feel like an old man when you're bending down. Okay, so let's put the horse back up here for now. Alright, first things first. No, wait, that's not right. Come on. Come on, give me my... Right, off and on. There we go. Oh, I just need to turn that off and on. That's a bit weird, there's too many cameras. Right, what I'm going to be doing now is... I've masked up the car now, ready to spray the side panel, to repair the side panel. But before I do that, I've got to spray up that little horse that I was doing. I'll go and get the little horse. This little unicorn that I was doing as a test bed. This 3D printed. It's been primed. I'm just doing it as a test bed. It's also going to be a gift for my cleaner. She likes unicorns. Well, her daughter does. So now in here you've got all these ridges and stuff. So what I'm going to try and do is I want to spray the depths of the details black, so they look deeper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some acrylic in the airbrush and spray that out. Just spray the depths of it, like the ridges of the eyes and the horns and all that lot. So when I come to paint it, it will look deeper. The bits will look deeper, more detailed. That's the plan, and I want to do that before I put in the paint for the car, because the paint for the car is lacquer paint, and I want to clean out. I want to get rid of the acrylic first, because acrylic's water based. Spray the acrylic, wash the acrylic straight through the airbrush, then do the lacquer paint. Then I've got to clean the airbrush out when that's done. So first things first, we are going to we're going to go to the paint setup. Oh, okay. Are we not? Here we go. Oh, the paint setup, and we're going to set ourselves up with some acrylics. Right, let's have a look. No, not rubber black. No, not gunmetal. I want black. That'll do. Black. We get ourselves some black. Let's grab the airbrush. Right. Get some of that. Now some thinner. Where are you, thinner? No. Colour mix, is that the stuff? No, that's the stuff. Tamiya colour acrylic paint thinner. There we go, perfect. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to mix up this paint. Might not need thinning, it depends which one it is. I think I've used this one before actually. We'll just pour it in and see what we got. Oh yeah, that's going to need thinning. Yep, that's going to need thinning. Okay. Oh, I didn't get any newspaper out, did I? Well, I'll use some toilet roll instead. Okay, that's thinness. Bit of trial and error when you thin paints down. It's got to be runny enough, but not too thick. Runny enough to slip down the side of the... Yeah, that might do it. That might do it. You don't want it too thick because then it starts to spit. I might want to put a little bit more on there. Just a bit more in there. Yep. Okay, that should do it. Right, let's turn the airbrush on. Alright, let's get some gloves. Where are my gloves? I keep... Ah, there they are. Again, I'm no expert. I'm just having a bit of fun. It's just a hobby for me. So... Right, let's turn on the paint booth. And that is number 7. There we go. Let's see if it's spraying first. Yeah, somewhat. See, that may still be a bit thick because it's spitting a little bit, but that shouldn't be too bad for just the depths of this. You just got to get it in the ridges. Oh, this is just a base coat to get depth. Oh, don't fall over. That's not good. Don't fall over, goddammit. There's a hole there. That's where their leg's going in. A little bit of air, but it's a tiny little thing. Right, okay. Be careful with that. Right. Oh, I did it. Oh, the camera bust again, did it? Right. There we go. I can't see the camera when I'm looking over there, but there we go. So I sprayed up all the parts where there's depth ridges, because then when I paint over it, the black in the ridges will be there, and it'll give it a bit more depth. So that's the unicorn. Now I've got to run some cleaner through the paintbrush. So let's get back onto the paint setup. There we go. Here we go. I got to run some cleaner through it just to get rid of that black. Okay. All right. This is the tool, come with me. Tissue paper. Okay, just going to run some cleaner through the airbrush, get rid of that black. Then we can get ready to paint the lacquer on the Mini. Right. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing there, can you? All right. I've got to be very aware of where the cameras are, you see. Let's try and move the camera up here. There we go. Now you should be able to see what I'm doing. Right. Right. Now we're just going to wash some cleaner through there. Like so. Just spray that through. I've got to get a cotton bud so I can wash it around as I go. Right. You can see all the fumes coming out of there, can you not? No. There. Bit more, just a smidge. I'll just check to see if that's running clean. Yeah. Okay. That's got rid of the black then, ladies and gentle peeps. That's cleaned the brush out and the unicorn is ready for painting. Now let's get ready to put the lacquer on the Mini. Right, where is that lacquer? There you go. Some Zero paints. Tartan red. Oh, I'm not going to need that dinner. Need that dinner. Zero paints, space coat thinners. Right. And a bit of newspaper, I think. I'll wash that out on. Right, here we go. Got to give this a damn good shake. Speaking of which, while I'm doing that, where's my smoko? Shaky, shaky. Right. Checking how runny that is. It's fairly runny. Should be alright. Maybe I'll put a splash of thinner in there. Not too much. Just a dribble. That'll do. I don't want it too runny. Right, time to get my mask and goggles out now. This is that stuff that's nasty. Goggles, mask. Again, I'm not spraying an entire car with it, just spraying a side, so I'm not going to worry too much about getting the old fan in here. Probably bad. Probably got some professional model makers watch this and go, "Oh my God, what are you doing? You're gonna kill yourself." Jesus. Right. Let's put that in here. Just make sure it's spraying. Yeah, she goes. Right, I'm going to hold the mask on, so I'm going to do my Darth Vader impression for a second here. There we go. Use the Force, Luke. Anyway, right, let's just spray that bad boy up. Right, that'll do. Give it 10 minutes. Have a look. Yep, I'll give that 10 minutes. Oh, you didn't see that, did you? 8.7. There you go. I'm very bad with the old camera work. There you go. So I've sprayed that up. I'm going to give that 10 minutes to dry off. As you can see, it's not fully coated. Needs about 3-4 coats. So I'll give that 10 minutes. I'm going to leave all this stuff out here. Right. While I do that, actually, while I leave that to dry, let's put that somewhere out of the way. And let's move the unicorn as well. You stay there. Let's spray up, or base coat at least, the elephant. That was all, you remember we filled that in yesterday. Last time, sorry. So now we're going to base coat that up with primer. Get that done. Come on. Okay. Right, I'm going to give that some time. Right, so now I need a timer. Now we need a timer. That's where fun begins. Right, 10 minutes. 16:47. Okay. Perfect. There's my horse there. Right, main bench. Here we go. Where's my main bench? 8. Here we go. Let's bring the light back. Right, so now I always feel the need to do one thing and rush on to the next because I'm trying to show you guys something, and I realize that that's not how I work. I don't rush from one thing to the next because that's where mistakes are made. You need to be able to take a break from doing one thing before you move on to the next, so you can clear your mind and focus on what you're supposed to be doing next. So usually I usually have more than one thing on the go because, like I say, paint takes ages to dry, and it takes a while to move. Well, you can't just do one thing. So you have to take a minute to sort of have a cup of tea, maybe have a smoke, set yourself up, cleanse your brain before you move on to the next thing. Otherwise, you end up in a situation Well, you make mistakes because you're still thinking of what you were doing before. You know, it's a trick to multitasking. Take a minute. Oh, that's too big. Set yourself up and go on with the next task. Okay, so these things are quite handy because they come with these little... Let's move him out of the way for a second. Just stand over there, horsey. Pull these out. There we go. So now I've got to find... Yeah, that one works. The right bit for the Dremel. So that goes in there like that. Goes on top. To lock it. And lock it down like that. Okay, perfect. We'll keep a couple of these out because I'm going to need a few of those. Just put those up there like that. Put the rest back in here. Don't need none of that. This music is so relaxing. Alright. Well, if you've got any questions about what I'm doing, please ask me. I sort of know what I'm doing, so therefore I just carry on regardless. So I'm going to plug this in. This is the charging point, and boop, in you go. Right, come back, horsey. So we're going to try and smooth off these edges here. See what we can do. This gap I think will have to be filled in again. It might be a bit too big as a gap. Yeah. And that's quite abrasive, so let's try using this one. There we go. Not coming up through the microphone too much, is it? No. I mean, if it sounds like you're at the dentist, let me know and I'll turn my mic off. I can't really tell you what's going on if that's the case. Got to keep hitting angles on it so I can see it. Yeah, this is going to need to be filled again. Okay. That's not too bad actually. That's come out quite nice. Yeah, it's going to need a bit more fill in there because I can see it's got a valley in there. There that is, but it's come out quite nice. I'm quite pleased with that. Just try and let's turn that one off and just try and do a more gentle. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm quite pleased with that. That's come out real good. Right, that one's not abrasive enough. Back to this one. Right, very good. Right, now we've got to try and do this back end, and as I can see already, there's a huge ridge to that, so that's going to be a real big. Let's just turn that up to 3 full speed there. Give that a whiz. Right, what have we got going on here then? Okay, let me know if this is too loud, because I will turn it off. I will turn the mic off. I don't want you all to feel as though you're at the dentist or some shit. Right, it's grinding down fairly well. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, still a ridge in there. God, right. Now it's dusty. Try and get your hands in there is the awkward bit. Oops, screwed up the bit on the saddle there. That's right, I just have to be careful about what I'm grinding. Oh yeah, that's looking much better. Right, now I might be able to just hang on. Yep, now we can just grind that off. Smooth that off a little bit with this. I was trying to hold that against myself to be able to get a good hand on that, so that's why you couldn't see what I was doing. Right, let's just have a check over. Oh, that is looking much better. There's a bit there that needs to be worked on, but I think that I can get away with that. No, I can't. I do need to. Again, that's going to need to be refilled just to smooth that off. But I think that doesn't look too bad. It's a good start. Good start. Right. What time are we at? 52. It's time to put that next coat on that Mini. Alright, this won't take 2 seconds. Back to the paint booth. There we go. Right, that's the elephant in there. The elephant can stay out for a while that completely dries. Right. Let's have a look at that. One more coat, I think, will do that. One more coat, yep. Yep, one more coat on that. Yeah, you can still see that, that's good. Yeah, it's getting there, it's getting there. Right, perfect. What is the time? 16:54. Back to the main bench. Here we are. Woo. Have a bit of a cigarette. So how many you got? Oh, we got 3 people watching. Hey everybody. Right, so now we've got to merge in this front leg here. That's merging down quite nice, I like that. That's smoothing in there. Oh, again, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Damn it, sorry. Let's turn that off and have a look. Right. Oh, that is not bad at all. Right, let's just polish it up, smooth it down a bit more. This one. Hey guy, I know you're watching. Oh, and that looks real good. See, one way of seeing, because the problem is your eyes will notice the color difference more than the contour difference. So what I'm seeing here is I'm looking at it thinking, oh, it looks good, but you've got this whole problem with being able to see the difference between the white filler and the grey actual bodywork. So a good way of being able to see whether you filled it in properly is prime it. and then you can, then your eye, it's all one color, and your eyes will focus on the contours rather than the color difference. So when I'm happy with what I've got, I gotta wash it and then prime it, just to make sure that I am seeing what I'm seeing. You can always fill it some more once you primed it, it's no problem. But it just means that your eyes aren't deceived by the color difference. Because like here it looks really good, but am I seeing the difference between the color and the prime and the, or am I seeing the contour difference? So, but that front leg turned out real nice so far. Well, there's a bit of a run on that. Ah, I know what that is. That's the support from the 3D printer. So we're just going to get rid of that. Let's line that off a little bit. Now that should be better. Just polish that. See, look a bit better. There we go. Excellent. Oh, dust all over my glasses. Right, so that's that leg done. That was this leg done, we done, wasn't it? Yeah. Right, let's do this one. What we got? Oh, 10 minutes. We give it to 10 past, I guess. There we go. I'm sorry if it sounds like we're at the dentist. It's all good. Right, now I can't feel those ridges. I can't feel those connections with my fingertips. Now your fingers can feel something thinner than a human hair, so I am getting a good feedback from this. Those are nice and smooth. But we are just going to polish out these ridge lines, these grind lines. Right, let's check that out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, we're getting somewhere now. I shall wash it off, just run some water over it once I'm done, just to make sure that I'm happy with how it's worked. But so I've got no dust on it then, and then let it dry. And oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh dear me. Right, couple more minutes and we'll give that Mini the last coat of paint. Right, front leg's done. Time to move on to the back legs. Oops. Try and get more in frame. Sorry. There, that might need a bit of work, but that's a vein going down there, so we don't want to get rid of that detail too much. So just bring that back a bit. Nice. That one's looking good, feeling good. Okay. Oh yeah, this one has got a bit of a lip on it, so I want to get rid of that. There we go. Yeah, got rid of that pretty well. Oh, this is going to be a difficult one to get into. Right, just polish that up a bit. Alright, I think once we just run this over this a little bit, we're going to be getting back to just spraying the last coat on that Mini. Alright. Alright, I think we're good. So all I got to do really is just run the thing through here like this on a low setting, just round the saddle area. Just on a low setting. Right. Get rid of that off. Maybe a bit higher than that, okay. That's alright. Just around here. I won't be able to get that out anyway. Right. And then I'm going to run it through the water in the sink. No, we're going to sand it first with sandpaper. But before we do that, let's head back to the paint booth. Right, let's turn this on. Alright, let's see if this is still running paint through it. Yeah. Always try to run it off the model, but don't just come in and go right and read the model, because as you see, I've got paint splats where it built up in the nozzle. You want to get rid of those first. Just spray it onto some random bit of crap, and then go for the model itself. Nice, just check that out with my eyeballs. Yeah. Looking good. Alright. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to take it off of there, put it under a container. Alright. Let's turn it off. I took it off the paint booth and put it under a container, which was what I should have done in the first place, because there's dust flying around here now. I didn't think of that. See, I'm not expert. So you got to think of these things. So that's under a container now, so it'll dry without getting dust on it. But I will have to smooth it off once it's dry. Then I can judge to see what the paintwork's like there. But in the meantime, I don't know what kind of grit paper I want to do on this. A 600? No, that seems a bit too much. Let's do this. Oh, my glasses are all covered in dust and crap. 2,000, 5,000, 7,000, 3,000 I think, that'll do it. No, 2,000. 2,000, here we go. Yeah, we're just sanding out these Dremel lines. Because there's plenty of these Dremel lines in this, and you don't want to spray those in. So we get rid of them with a bit of sandpaper. This is 2,000 grit, and I think this working okay. I mean, we're not trying to polish it, so this is kind of on the low end of polishing, I would have said, with this grit. But it's getting there. It's getting these out. There we go. I'm going to do the back end now. Yeah. It's that one. There's a lot of prep before there's paint. Awful lot of prep. Alright, there. Just through the back legs here. There we go. What's that looking like? Yeah, not too bad. Can you see that? I can now, yeah. Good, good. I mean, can I move this up a bit? There we go. Let's move that up there like that. Yeah, now you can see what's going on. So I just get carried away. Sometimes I forget that the camera's supposed to be focused on it, you know? Right. Alright, that's one front leg done. the other front leg done. Right, let's see if we can get some of these in here. Round on the belly. Yeah, that one's not quite filled in properly. That needs another attempt at fill. Yeah, that's gonna show a ridge there if I paint that now. I'm not gonna need to prime that to even see that that's not quite filled properly, so that's gonna need another fill job on that. So yeah, let's just try and work out some of these. Okay. Right, that seems to have worked out well. Okay, well I'm going to do a BRB and run this under the tap in the kitchen, and then I'm going to come back and clean out the airbrush. Well, after I've had a bit of a smoke break and clean my glasses. So, where's my be right back? Oh, it's that one. Hey, do workshop cam. There we go. You can see what's going on. I'm going to be right back and run that under the tap and clean my glasses and have a bit of a smoke break. So I'll be right back. We can do some chatting if you want. Okay, I'm back. Oh, I'm just gonna tidy up this work area here because we've got to clean the paintbrush now. That's out on the draining board drying off. Just wanted to wash off all the dust. It looks pretty good. I have to admit, it looks pretty good. We're gonna clean that. We're going to clean the airbrush in a second here after I've had a bit of a clean up and a smoke break. just go straight into one thing and then the next. Bit of a break. I'm not working. I'm not at work. I've got no boss breathing down my neck other than you guys. Do something. Okay, fans. Right. Okay. Let's just have a cigarette and we can get to chatting. Oh. Right, okay. There we go, that's better. Yeah, you can see behind me here, I put the Mini in the case of, for my 3D printer, so that no dust gets to it. I should have been doing that the whole time. I don't know why I wasn't, I just neglected to think about it. So it's got a couple of bits in there, but that's not a problem. You can just sand those straight out with a very high grit sandpaper. Not a problem. I used to get really worried about that when I was doing it before. Oh my god, I'd spray it the slightest bit of dust. I was like, ah! But I realised that you can, as long as you're careful, you can get them out. It's not a problem. You can get them out. It's the hairs you've got to worry about, because they go curly-whirly in the paint, and that's just... That's a dead one. So he's just sat there. He's just sat there drying off right now, but I have to say it's looking really good at the moment. Much better than what it was. That's better. So what I'll do, once that's dry, before I apply the gloss coat, I will make sure that all the chrome is all touched up and looking fantastic, because parts of it have sort of rubbed off as I've been manhandling it. And it's a new chrome, like I say, it's mirror paint is what it is, and I'll show you where I'll show it to you. It is mirror paint. I don't know if you can see that, from Stuart Sample, the Mirrorist Mirror. Yeah, Stuart Sample. So if you just type in the Mirrorist Mirror Paint, this will come up. And he does all sorts of things, like he does the blackest black and the pinkest pink. I really want to do something with the pinkest pink, just to see just how pink that is. I should have really got it, and I could have done it on that unicorn. That would have been the perfect thing for that. But the trouble is with it, it doesn't show up as pink as it should do on camera. And that's to do with the way that monitors and digital images capture color. But this is apparently supposed to be so pink. So I'm thinking, if anyone's got any ideas of what you think I should paint with the pinkest pink, like a car, I was thinking a Lamborghini, because they're just crazy anyway. Lamborghinis, like a Lamborghini Countach. Could you imagine a bright pink Lamborghini Countach? That'd be hilarious. So I would also want to get some like decals, and I don't know, just for shits and gigs, just like put Barbie decals down the side of it just for a laugh. But I just thought that would be really cool on a Lamborghini Countach or something like that, something crazy like that. But if you've got any better ideas of what to paint with the pinkest pink, let me know, and I'll and when I get round to it, I could do that. Yeah, he also does the blackest black, which I'm going to use when I do my space rocket, but I'm not going to tell you where. That's going to be a secret. I've got an idea in my noggin. I know what I want to do, and that's going to take some research and some work. So that's going to be done. And he does the bluest blue and all these kind of things. Really good. But this is 25 quid for a bottle that size. But it's not acrylic. It's something else. So it's the first time I've used it, so it kind of went a bit like tacky. So once that paint is dried on the car, I'm going to go over with the chrome and just touch up all the chrome bits and then all the black bits so that it's looking pucker. Then I'm going to respray the entire car with gloss coat just to finish it off, and then polish it again, because I did polish it once before. That's quite a process as well. You might enjoy watching that. It's very messy. But that's fun. So yeah, and then that's done, and then it's just put all the bits together. I've got all the external parts all up there, just all ready to go, all painted. They just need gloss coat. They're ready to go on. The chassis is all done. That's just here. That's just here. All ready to go. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. But yeah, that's all ready to go, and that just sits on top of that. Yeah. And then we'll get on with the that Mustang. That's going to be good. I've got to get some metallic black paint from Splash Paints or somewhere, because I want that to be nice and metallic. That's going to be cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to clean this airbrush. So let's put away my mask and everything. Oh. Yeah, very conscious that I need to be doing something. You're not sitting there watching me do bugger all. But I don't usually work like that. Like I say, I usually do something, take a bit of a break, and then get back onto something else. Clears my brain. So I'm not thinking of the last thing I've just done. But that's all ready to go. Right, let's bring the airbrush over here. And let's get back to main bench. Now you've all seen me do this before, so this is not going to be anything new to you. But it needs to be done. And I like to show it because if you were to ever decide to do anything like this yourselves, you can see just how much time you have to spend on cleaning out your tools. Because if you don't, that's the end of your tools. But once you get in the rhythm of it, it's not too bad. Right, so those are paints over there. They're going to get cleaned up later. I can do those. Right, let's get me box of tricks back out again. Box of tricks. Now I'll admit, I've already gone through one of these airbrushes since I built this model bench because I didn't clean it properly and screwed it up. I'm going to have to get some more of that too. So it's very important, because the last thing you want to be doing is spending money, even though they are quite cheap. They're quite cheap, but they're robust. But the last thing you want to be doing is spending money every couple of months on a brand new airbrush. So make sure you clean the bloody things out. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to run like this. Pull some of that out. Maybe that's a bit much, but let's bring the airbrush in here like this so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to run it through while rubbing off the sides. Just rub the sides here, get this paint all off. Okay. Just spinny. So all I'm doing is I'm mixing rubbing the edges and spraying it at the same time. A Red Dead figure with the pinkest pink. Arthur Morgan and pinkest pink jacket. Yeah, could you imagine? No, I kind of want to pay some respects to that character, so I think that's not possibly the best idea to humiliate him like that. He's a brilliant character. So I could paint this horse pink. So right, so let's run that through, and as we can see, that is gone nice and clean in there already. All that paintwork is just gone. All that paint has just disappeared. That's just perfect. Let's bring this over here. So that's how good that Mister tool is. It really just nukes it. Oh bloody hell! I've got to stand up again and turn this off. Yeah, I don't know. What to paint with the pinkest pink? That was my idea. A Lamborghini Countach. Some crazy pink with like some decals on the side. But I will have to work out how to make my own decals. Now, I'm not entirely sure how that's done. Given a little bit of research, I'm sure I could find out. And not that I'm a fan of Barbie or anything, but I just thought it'd be hilarious to do a Countach in just some crazy pink color, you know. Don't really need much of this stuff. I think I've poured out too much in that little bottle, but that's all right. A BMW? Yeah, you could do a BMW. A pink BMW. Or you could do one of the pink BMW new minis. Vinyl cutter and creator. Oh yeah, some kind of. Well, when I talk about decals, I'm talking about the ones that, not the stickers. These stick on with paint. Sorry, not with paint, with water. They're not actual stickers. You soak them in water and then you just slide them off, and when they dry they stick, and they're easier to mold. But vinyl cutters, vinyls ones are, well, actual stickers would be a lot harder to do. It's going to be small, but there must be something out there that you can print decals. I'll have to have a look. Obviously it's not too expensive, but that would be cool if you could print my own decals. Kari prints decals. Awesome. That's what I think. But yeah, so a BMW at the moment, that's the one, is it? I don't know, still kind of like the idea of the Lambo. Those Countachs were crazy. That big old wing on the back served no purpose other than drag. It just dragged it down. It's just crazy. Pointless. That's how nuts they were. Oh, this music's so good. Perfect for doing this sort of stuff. I used to actually be a sign writer that used cut out vinyl, and you would create whatever it was in the computer, like a CAD program, and create it as a vector, and then the printer they had was a cutter, and it had this sharp scalpel blade as the head. And then you stick a roll of coloured vinyl on it, and it would just chug its way through and just cut it out as it went. Amazing stuff. And then you'd pull off all the excess vinyl known as weeding. That was a tedious job, especially if some of these, because they used to do all sorts of, like, for big signs to, you know, the little stickers that you get on the back of cars to show what showroom they were from. They had hundreds of those to do, like hundreds and hundreds of those to do. It was just a continuous contract of like hundreds to do, and they were just, oh, it's just tedious work to weed out all those little letters and stuff. And then you'd have to lay the colours on top of one another perfectly, and then that was then put onto the vans. So I know how the sign writing goes. Oh, it did go. It hasn't really changed much, because the company I used to work for actually sign writes my dad's van. And I had to send him a vectored copy of my dad's logo, because he'd changed his logo. Oh, here we go. It was nice to speak to the old people I used to work with again, and I knew what they wanted, so I vectorized this logo, and it came. And you know, I did sign write my dad's first van, because I could still do it. Once you learn how to do it, don't forget it. But since then they've been doing it. Maybe I didn't do as good a job as I thought I did. Yeah, that's vinyl. It comes in 3-year, 5-year, and 7-year. Water slide ink paper. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'll have to look into that. Yeah. Water slide ink paper. Yeah. I've got an inkjet printer. It just needs a new ink in it. So yeah. Imagine it must print it backwards and then you put it on the other way. Yeah, that must be what it does. Brilliant. Because that's really how they all work. They're printed backwards, and then you slide them off onto the model kit. Well, I could make my own decals. Right, I can see daylight through there, so that's good. Pretty much afternoon's print and spray with acrylic clear. Yeah, you see, I'd spray it with the clear that I use to do the cars with, because I always put the decals on before I clear coat. Don't flip image. Oh, right, okay. Interesting. So it must paint it on the side that is facing out then. Alright, that's interesting. Yeah, I'll have a look for some of that, thanks. I'm not going to be doing my own decals for a while, but that'll be all. I'll put that on my new wish list, which I'm going to create, which I must create, because somebody with an awesome brain mentioned it. Oh, I need to... Alright, where's my tweezers? Yeah, no, it's a good idea, because what I could do then is I could put it, not that anyone's gonna, but just in case someone does, I could put a link to it in the stream, and people say, oh, you could use that. Or I could send it to a family when they say, oh, I don't know what to buy you for Christmas. Well, take a look at this. Right. I'm actually doing this quite slowly because I'm enjoying the chat. I'm enjoying the conversation. Right. Also, not to mention, you get a little bit high off the cleaner. Ah, thanks, man. There we go. Right, now let's see if we put this needle through, if it comes out clear. Can't see. It's coming out slightly pink, but that can. So let's see if we can't get another one of these down the snout. Oh yeah, thanks. Those nail tools, yeah. Things like manicure stuff is like very handy. I use some of those manicured files for filing off bits of model. Like when you cut them off the sprue, they have a little nub on there sometimes. I use the nail files. Let's get rid of those. Right, that's good. Right. All sorts of little things you can use. It was so funny, I was watching Adam Savage do his tested thing on YouTube, and he was talking about, he had said that he would he was sat there and he was talking about getting those tongue depressors, those wooden tongue depressors. He said I get loads of these, he says, and then I get sandpaper and I cut them out and I stick it to the tongue depressors, he says, and it's absolutely brilliant for sanding down little bits of model work. And it was so funny because someone like behind the camera said, why don't you just use nail files, like manicured nail files? And he's like, oh yeah. It's like, yeah, they exist, don't they? It's like a typical male responses to a problem. Don't think about that. And it's just like that thing already exists, which you've just apparently invented. It already exists, man. They use it for nails. He was like, oh yeah, you could use, yeah, you're right. So he was spending like years just getting tongue depressors and sandpaper, sticking the two together, when he could have just been buying like those wooden nail files, which is what I've got. Got loads of them. Where are they? Where did they go? Where did I put them all? Where did I put? Oh, they're all up here. Hang on. Yeah, I've got hundreds of them. Oh, just these. Nail files. Perfect. And he was making them with tongue depressors and sandpaper. It's like, oh, dude, even the pros don't know what they can do. That guy is pretty cool, though. Right, so this away, and that in there. I took the rest in there because I want to clean that out and that black out. So just now I've got to get some more Mr. Tool cleaner, so I put that on my list. Can't get that off of Amazon, unfortunately. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. It's probably cheaper to get it from Mr. Tool himself. How long have we been streaming for? 2 hours. Wow, time flies, doesn't it? What is the time? 10 to 6. Creamy will be up soon. I'll have to say hello. Let's just run a little bit clear because that was to see if we're getting clear. Huh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's coming through clear. That is good. That means the airbrush is clean. Just run that all the way through, and then we'll clean out the paint pots, paint tubs, because I like to keep these little pots. They're reusable if you clean them out. I've got a bunch here that have been cleaned out, so you can reuse them. Super handy things to have around. Right, the paint pots. I'll get just yeah, if you clean all these things out, you can save yourself some money. Oh, come on, open up, you bastard. There we go. One of my old airbrush holders. I use it now to store liquids like cleaners, old cleaner, because I don't want to just chuck it down the sink straight away. You know, you got to do something with it. So I store it in there and then get rid of it. It's easier than running out to the kitchen with a little pot each time. There you go. See, that was all black. Now it's all nice and clean. That goes on the pile. Perfect. Red is kind of a... Wow! Okay, maybe I should have put some gloves on. Got them right there as well. Alright, okay, never mind. That one's clean enough. Right, okay. Now this is not really what you should be doing, but a little bit of that one out. Just to clean it off my bloody hands. I haven't got sensitive skin, so I'm good. Although watch them catch fire when I have a cigarette in a second. Yeah, gloves. I keep forgetting gloves. You've got to be careful with this stuff. Stuff is never good. Right, everything else could go in the bin. Right, now we can put away a paint. Right, now we're going to have a look at that elephant and see if that first coat of primer has dried. Because if it has, he deserves another coat. After I've had another cigarette break, of course. Of course. Right. Put the paint away. Good to see we have some like... I'm actually quite pleased with how this has been received, because I know a few of you watch me when I play video games. I was like, that's cool. But it's actually the main reason I started up this Twitch was to do the model bench. I really wanted to do the model bench. I mean, everyone does computer games. I mean, we've got a few new people from there, but I just love the fact that you watch me do computer games and you're like, yeah, I'll watch him do his model making too. And he's stuck around. It's nice to see that, you know, there's an interest in there. In that, I thought it was maybe two completely different genres that wouldn't get the attention. Oh yeah, elephant is nice and ready to go. So let's have a look at the paint booth then, number 7. There she is, little baby elephant. Let's go and spray some on her. Get that going. Right. Right, let's leave her to dry. Cigarette break. That's what we're going to do. Cigarette break. So, how are we doing for coffee? Oh, it's gone cold. I suggest a BRB. Grab some coffee. Right, so I'll let you look at the workshop cam. That's much better than just standing at a Be Right Back screen, isn't it? Right. Oh, do we have a Moo in chat? Hello, Moo. How you do? And how are you? Good morning to you. It's more like 6 o'clock in the evening for me. But right, let's do some. Is this gonna work? Ah, it didn't work straight away. All right, turn it off. Turn it back on again. Hello. All right. Right, the horse is still dry. Thanks, Moo. Yeah, it's been it's. Oh, you haven't seen it before, have you? That's right. Yeah, you've seen it in the blog spot. The link is down the bottom now. But yeah, it's not bad, is it? Pretty impressive. I'm quite pleased with it. Built most of it during last year's lockdown, just before last year's lockdown, and finished it off just recently, tidying up underneath it. Because just after I built it, that's when we all went into lockdown, and I was like, oh god, now I can't do anything. So this is what I'm going to be doing next. The My Little Pony unicorn for my cleaner. First of all, I'm gonna have a cigarette because I need to clear my brain after doing stuff before I move on to the next thing. Arthur Morgan's horse is out in the kitchen drying off just nicely, and I had a quick look at that while the kettle was boiling, and it's nice and smooth in those join areas, so I'm really pleased with that. It might need a little bit more filler on the big join, but once that's dry we can do that. But I thought I'd give this little pony a little whiz and see what we could do with that. Try and paint that. So yeah, like I say, it would have been really good to do it in the pinkest pink, but we're gonna. Oh, this song kind of annoys me. It just says the same thing over and over again. So let's just. Boop, there we go. Go over there. Next one. I have to take that out of the playlist. I don't like it. So yeah, we're gonna try and paint that. Now, I did receive what's called a wet palette in the post. I bought a wet palette. Let me find it. Where are my palettes? Come here, you bastards. Right, I've got to take everything out of here to get to it. We're going to need one of those. We're going to need a glass to wash the brushes out with. All this stuff in here. Grease, glue, Scenics, glue. Right, here we go, wet palette. I just bought a cheap one, just to give it a go. Just to see what it's like. So that's my decal plate. Don't need that. Oh, look at this then. Let's open this up. I'm still supposed to be having a cigarette, aren't I? But let's do it up on the main bench so you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna have a cigarette while I'm doing this. Right, so here's the glass for the water. That's that, don't worry about that. That's the unicorn. Right, and here is a wet palette. Okay. What have we got in here? Right, so which bits do I need to get wet? Ah, I see. The big bits at the bottom are the bits that get wet, and the little ones are what I put on top to mix the paint on. Okay, So I only need one of each of those at the moment. I got a feeling I ended up throwing out the destructions by accident for this. Never mind. Right, so paints. First of all, paint brushes. Oh, Scamp, what do you want? Acrylic paints. Oh, you got a whole bunch of paints here. Haven't used them for a while. So hopefully they haven't dried out. Some of them I haven't used at all, like this one. That's not a bad pink. I'm going to paint the skin of the horse that pink. Right, so we've got a whole bunch of paints. I know. What am I doing painting a unicorn? I know. It's for my cleaner. Her daughter likes unicorns. And I said to her, what do you want me to 3D print for you? Just as, you know. She goes, oh, what about a unicorn? So I found these very majestic unicorns. And I was going to print her out this big, majestic, like, unicorn thing. Like, looking like its mane was blowing in the wind and all that lot. And she goes, no. Something simple. She said, I'll give it to my daughter. So how old's your daughter? She goes, 6. I was like, alright. So I looked through and found this. And goes, what about that? She went, perfect. She'll love that. I'm like, well, okay then. And I thought, well, that's alright. Because I can use it as a tester. To see what it's like to paint with acrylics on a 3D print. So what we're going to do here is let's put some water in the brush cleaner. Now what we're supposed to do is just pour some water on here like that, and like that. Just let it soak in. I'm guessing. There you go. Goes on top. Perfect. Alright, now we can get the paint. Oh, okay, so something's... Right, is this how it's supposed to work? Is it? Am I doing this right? I'm not entirely sure I am. This one definitely hasn't been used. Right, let's find a brush. Oh, there's a good one, that'll do. Right, maybe. No, this one. And let's just paint it and see what happens. It's going to need a couple of coats, I'm sure. It's nice and relaxing, isn't it? Doing some painting. Yeah, it's going to need a couple of coats, but that's all right. I'm sure that won't be too much of a problem. So how's your day been so far, Move? You just woken up, had your breakfast? Oh, okay. Oh well, yeah. Yeah, just do as a pain. I'm going to play some Dragon Age later. Well, I might play Dragon Age. It depends who else is on, because we could do a bit of Sea of Thieves if you wanted. See who else is on. See if we can get some more people in. If you were up for that, that is. I'm not too worried about the edges at the moment. That will come into play later when I do the tail. Sounds fun to you, does it? Excellent. I might CF2 on. I want to play some Sea of Thieves. I know she's not feeling very well at the moment. She's got a bit of coughy cold. Oh dear. I know she got tested. She's done a test for herself, and it's not what we've. It's not the nasty C word. So that's good. I said to her, you know, for the sake of a test, might as well just make sure. But I know she's feeling a bit under the weather, so she might want to play or she might not. It depends. But There's many words. Yeah, well, you know what I'm talking about though. Don't you, Mr. Unclean? I think I'm going to leave the head to paint last because I'm using that to hold on to, and that's pretty good. So I'm just going to keep painting the pink. Gonna need a few coats, I'm sure, but that's all right. There is no rush. Just paint it nicely. That's what painting the miniatures is all about. It's just relaxing and, you know. You know I meant that as a joke. maybe he's left now. He's like, right, that's it, I'm off. Call me unclean, I'm gonna get out of here. No, it's not going on too bad. It's not like anything I wouldn't expect from a miniature, to be honest. I mean, sure, it's not going on in one coat like some of these other paints do, but this is just plain like acrylic. It's not like any special miniature paint or anything like that. So it's going to need a couple of coats, that's for sure. But it's going on real nice. It's not. My Whopper delivery services. Yeah, okay, alright. Well, I mean, it's alright as long as you keep, you know, as long as you keep my Whopper in its bag. You know, don't sniff on it. By the time the Whopper delivery service is back up and running again, you'll be nice and clean, so it's all good. Someone keeps sending me messages on Skype and I can't see them, or Discord or something. I can't see them because I'm in here. I primed it, but this is like this is going to be the black on it is to pick out the recesses. But this is the first coat. This is just acrylic paint. It's no special paint or anything, but it'll be all right. It was primed. It'll be alright, I've just got to leave it to dry. This is essentially the undercoat. As long as I can get rid of a lot of that dark overspray. say, this is a test piece. Checking it out to see what it's all about. Maybe I should have painted it white first. Give it a spray. But now I've got to just wait for it to dry. Otherwise I'm putting it on too thick in places and thin in others. So we're just going to wait for that to dry. That's perfect. Yeah, it's spotty, but once it's dried out, it'll be fine. People are sending me Discord messages. It's the computer next door just going bananas. And for some reason, it keeps dropping a USB port and then reassigning it. It's like my removable drive for all my music. It just keeps going, I'm here, I'm not here, I'm here, I'm not here. Now I did have, there we are. See, I've got, for the feet, I've got this. Gold acrylic. I thought that would look good on the hooves. Oh, my main PC. It's my removable drive. It's because it always pops up and says your iTunes drive. Learn what to do with music. And I'm like, Jesus, why do you keep turning itself off and on again? I don't know what's the matter with it. Doesn't seem to do any harm. It still works when I need it. Right, let's just bring him or her in there like that so you can see. So we're going to leave that to dry for a bit. Oh, my leg's hurting now. How long have we been going? 2.5 hours. Might take a little while for that to dry on there. It should be fine. Add up to the list of shit to fix. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing it. It just, every so often, it'll just disconnect and then reconnect automatically. It'll just be like, oh, it's gone. Oh, it's here. But it's just my iTunes music folder. It's nothing spectacular. I don't know how long it will take for this to dry, but that may be it for the day. Yeah, maybe it for the day. It's getting there though. We're getting there. That car's going to be done in 24 hours. Monday I'm going to be back on stream doing some more model making. So we're going to sand off that paintwork, smooth it down, get rid of all the dust that's appeared in it, and repaint the chrome, hopefully, if that paintwork's done. Then, let's put the camera back on for just chatting, shall we? There we go. Yeah, so then we're going to... what should we do after we've done the car? We'll do a bit more on the horse, I think. Try and fill in a bit more of that main big fill. Paint a bit more of my unicorn. And then and then we're getting somewhere. I'm starting to see light at the tunnel, at the end of the tunnel for that Mini. It was really bugging me. You know when you're really excited about doing something and then it just keeps going wrong and you've lost all excitement over the project? That was kind of what it was like for me with that Mini. I was like, every time I tried to paint over that scratch mark in it, it just was going worse and worse and worse. And so it just kind of sat up there while I set myself up, and I just didn't want to. Yeah, that's the worst. It just kind of sat there, and I was like, oh god, I don't want to have to file down and sand down that entire paintwork on that side and just get it. You know, I was hoping there was going to be an easier way. So I just left it there, and people said, "Oh, I'd love to see you get your Mini done," because friends of mine look at my blog page, and so I was like, "Yeah, I've got to get it done." But once I made the decision to just sand it right back, it's like, yeah, just do that. Let's just get it done. Let's just do it properly. You know, the shortcuts that I tried aren't working. But as I said to you before, you learn by trying, and if it screws up, it screws up. And at the end of the day, you can get it back by just sanding back and starting again. It's a lot more work, but it'll be better to do it that way. So that's what I've done, and hopefully it'll come out really, you know, for the best. But I think for today, I'm going to leave this unicorn to dry. I'm going to put away my wet palette and let that dry. We've given it a nice undercoat. There you go, a nice undercoat. But it looks white on there, but it is pink. It's a very light pink, like a skin pink. And then we get back to that tomorrow after I've sanded the car and painted a bit more of the car. And then we're gonna, a couple of days time, we're gonna prime the horse. Sometimes there's a lot to do. There's a whole list of things to do. When I first open up a car model kit, there's so much to do. You just pick off all the bits and pieces. You can spend hours just picking all the bits and pieces off, labeling them up, spraying them up, and all that lot. But then sometimes you get to a point where once you've put so many pieces together, you don't have that much to do, and you're like, right, well, I'm going to sit down and do some model making. And sat there and go, well, I've only done half an hour, and there's not really much else I can do now. I've got to wait for everything to dry. Because the way I look at model making is, what you're actually doing is you're taking a bunch of little pieces and you're reducing the number of pieces that you need. So when it comes to cars, you open up the car, the model kit, and you've got hundreds of all these little pieces. And as you go further through the process, you get less and less pieces because they're all becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. So the less pieces you have, the less you have to do. And that's all it is. It's all about reducing the number of pieces you have until you have just one. And that piece is the finished model kit. So at the moment, I've got a few pieces up on the top of the shelf. Car piece, body piece, chassis piece. So the number of pieces I've got have been reduced. And that's all it is. It's like Lego. Yeah, like Lego. Yeah, you start off with a huge bag of bits, and it's all about reducing that bag of bits to just one bit, you know? And that's all it is. It's just trying to reduce that bag of bits into just one piece. The smallest number of pieces that you can make. And that's all it is. But it's about the process of doing it. And then it gets a little bit more difficult. That was very philosophical for a model maker. Oh, that's even up the wrong way. What am I doing? Putting the paints in upside down. There we go. Now going easier. So yeah, the Mini was sat up there for a while. I know a friend of mine was like, "Oh, I'm really interested to see the Mini going, but I really want to get onto that Mustang as well. Really want to get onto that Mustang because that one, I know someone's boss is eager to see how that turns out. So we're gonna have to take some good pictures of that when it's done, and Fingers crossed I don't screw it up. Right, where's my acrylic paint? That's the last thing I want to do with that one. It's really good, so I've got to get me some nice... You answer this question for me and Moo. The black that you get your cars, that's metallic black, isn't it? The Hertz special editions. They're black, metallic black, or is it just plain black, flat black, or like obviously glossy? But what kind of black is it? It's metallic. Let's see if she'll answer. Ah, right, okay, I haven't seen him in person, okay. Alright, we'll have to do some, I mean, I'll tell you what, while we've got time, we're not doing anything. Let's put my, put the unicorn up here. And let's get her out and have a look. We can have a look at the, right, hang on. Let's try and get her out without having all this lot fall on my head. Right, here we go. Here's all the bits. There we go. There's the model bench. There we go. That's the Shelby Mustang GT 350H Hertz edition. And right, let's read this. At the beginning of the 1960s, Ford were hatching a plan to develop a sporty and economical car for younger drivers. The market lacked a model specially designed for the baby boom generation born after the Second World War. The process aroused by the disappearance of the Thunderbird and the interest shown in the expensive Corvette indicated demand for a sprightly car. After various prototypes in 1964, an attractively designed coupe was shown at the New York International Exhibition. It appeared to a wide public and was available at a reasonable price. The Ford Mustang that was available from April, originally a whole generation of sports cars marketed as pony cars, and took off like a bomb. The buyer of the car was able to fit it to his own taste with a range of extras and equipment. The design and price range were also aimed at a younger clientele. And with only 6 months, Ford had sold an unbelievable 680,000. It makes the Mustang one of the most successful cars of all time in the history of the American motor industry. In 1965, in addition to the Mustang, a sporty high-performance version, the GT350, came out. It was built by Carroll Shelby with an upgraded 4.7-litre V8 engine and now had the capacity of 306 bph, and therefore offered consistently more than the standard version. Peyton Kramer, an employee of Shelby American, offered this GT350 based on the Mustang to Hertz to enable their customers to rent racing cars. Enthused by the performance package, Hertz ordered 1,000, most of which were supplied in 1966 in the traditional house livery of black bodywork with gold trim. These GT350Hs, H for Hertz, which were in such demand for rental in 1966, are now among the most desirable collector's items. Just glossy black, was it? Alright, okay. Well, obviously it's not going to show it in the pictures here, but it should say what paint color we got here. Yeah, it should say what paint color we got. So if we're looking at it just shows decal. That's part 76. So it's H. H is the color. Yeah, it's just gloss black. That's all it is, gloss black. It's not metallic or anything. Yeah. Alright, so they've kept it in the same colours. Alright, fair enough. We just do it in a nice... I'll get a nice gloss black from splash paints or I can forget. Zero. Get a nice gloss black from Zero. And that's the next one we're going to do then. Let's have a look at the parts, shall we? See, I'm excited. I want to do this one. Can't do it yet though. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Those are the decals. It gives you three options for plates. Either 6 Shelby, GT350H, or Hertz. You know what? We're going to stick the Hertz number plate on it for you and Moo. That's what we're going to do. It's going to have the Hertz number plate on it. As it should. Let's just open this up, see what we got in here. Ooh, lots of chromy bits. Well, there's the bodywork. That's a beautiful car, that is. And the wheels. Bodywork of wheels. All the chrome. Bumpers, grille. Rocker heads. Radiators. Wheels. Nice. Because this one, actually, the hood opens up and you can see the engine inside. None of my other cars do that. You can see the Ferrari's engine because it's through the back windscreen, but none of them actually open up. So this one's going to be interesting. There's the floor pan. Oh, this comes as an entire... The interior comes in as one solid piece. That's interesting. It's very interesting. Yep, there's a transmission and the engine block, bulkhead. Or is that the rear parcel shelf? I don't know. Oh, it looks like the rear. No, is that? No, that's the bulkhead. Yeah, so lots of little bits there. So that's going to be after the Mini is done, which is very close to being finished. And then you can actually start to see what it's like to build a car from scratch rather than halfway through the process. And that'll be the Hertz car. So I've got to order me some nice. Actually, do I have some gloss black paint? I believe I do. I do. From Zero, I do have some gloss black from Zero. See how much of that I've got left. Oh, I've got some more gloss black. Oh, I've got a big chunky one of gloss black. Oh, there you go. I don't have to buy any. That's the stuff, Amir. That's the stuff. Well, there you go, look. Got that. I just have to look at the interiors to see what colour the interior is going to be and all that jazz. All that jazz. But that's for another day. Right, let's put this bad boy back. May have to buy some more chrome paint. But then again, I didn't use that much of it. There's still some in the bottle there, so I can run through all the other models I've got if you want. We'll not open them up, but we can have a look through them. So that's the next project. So if you wanna, if ever you want to remember what the next project is, just type, what is it? Exclamation mark next project, and you should get what we're doing next. But that's the Hertz. I've got a VW camper van. That's a tough one. That Hertz is, wait, what skill level is this? Skill level 3. This camper van is skill level 5. Officially licensed by VW. but it's got all the interior in it as well, like the engine bay, seats, sink, everything, all the internals. That is going to be a challenge. There you go. Stream Elements just told you the next project coming up is the Revel Shelby Mustang GT350. And I've got a Shelby Series 1 convertible there. I got that for my birthday. And that's another one where you can see the engine and everything, so that's a good one. That's level 4. So that's going to be pretty sweet. Let's bring that down a bit. So it's not a bad looking car really, but my mum bought that for me for my birthday, and she said, you spend so much time on the interiors, and once you've done it, no one sees the interiors. She said, so I bought you a convertible so that you can see the interiors. Yeah, that VW is super detailed. Super detailed. Ah, so let's get these other ones out. Get up here. Oh. Now this one I'm really looking forward to. That is the Ford GT40 Mark II 1966 Le Mans. That's the second place car driven by, oh Christ, I forget his name now. If you've watched Ford versus Ferrari, you would know the name. Oh, it's not going to give any details, is it? No, it's not. Oh crap. I should have the name on here. No, it doesn't have the name. They didn't put the name on the car. But I'm really looking forward to painting that one. No, no history on that one. Is there anything on the bottom of the box? Well, if you look at my model bench, I'll tell you the history of this one. I've put that up there. It's British driver, moved to America, worked with Carroll Shelby and Ford to produce the GT40 Mark II to kick Ferrari's ass at Le Mans. And in 1966, it did just that. So that's that. I got this Subaru Impreza WRC 2001. It's quite a nice car, that. A lot of decals. There's a lot of decals on there. And it's got a whole roll cage system in there. That's going to be interesting to put together and make sure it fits. So that's super detailed. And here's another pony car, Ford Mustang GT4. That is gorgeous looking. Whoo-wee. No. I don't see what we got there. Look at that. That is just a beast of a car. Again, the hood doesn't open on that one, so there's no interior engine bay. But still, some fun. Muscular form accuracy captured. That's a lovely car. Oh, and it is one of my favourite cars of all time. Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. Fastest automatic car at the time. Licensed by Daimler. That's an actual, but that is going to be beautiful. Nice interior red seats. Oh, look at this! What we got here? What's this? Oh, that's actual metal floor pan. Fucking hell. Okay. Why have they done that? But okay. That's interesting. It's got a highly detailed static display, realistic, long nose and short deck, swing wing door feature, metal shafts for smooth opening. You can open the doors on that one. Cool. And I get most of my models from Hero Boy, because they're really freaking good. So that's all the cars I've got here. So I really got to start getting back in and putting those together. And I've also got, like I say, the Saturn V rocket, which is going to be super fun to put together. And that's a level 5 as well. So, but I haven't even opened that. That one stands as high as the desk is off the floor. That's a pretty impressive model kit. So you've run through the models. I think I'm going to do, after the Hertz, I think I'm going to do the Saturn V. I need a break from cars for a while, so we're going to do the Saturn V after the Hertz. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I really ought to do that one my mum bought me for my birthday, because she keeps asking about it. Have you done that car yet? I'm like, God, I've got so many more to do. Oh, I need to write down. I need some Mr. Tool air brush cleaner. Write that down before I forget. Right. Alright. I think that'll do for today. I've got to let the paint dry on these. I've got to wait 24 hours before I can sand, smooth and polish off sand down the paint on the Mini. I've got to wait 24 hours. I'm just not. It says I don't have to, but I'd like to make sure that's nice and hard, so I'm not doing it more damage than I need to. I'm gonna wait for the unicorn to dry as well. Arthur Morgan's horse is still a bit damp, so again I want to wait for that to dry, and that's a lot of what model making is. If you haven't got 2 or 3 projects on the go at once, you're just spending loads of time waiting for stuff to dry. So yeah, we've had a 3-hour stream, so that's not been too bad. It's not been too bad. Thanks everybody for joining me. I'm gonna have a little break, and then I'm gonna see how many people want to play Sea of Thieves. See if we can get see if we can get a galleon going. That could be quite fun. But yeah, that's it for my model bench for today. Thanks everybody for joining. Yeah, and hopefully Monday I'll do another one. Pop-up pirate. Alright. Yeah, well, if you want to play as well, Wolf, you know you can. You know how to get in there. It's not like you're doing anything, is it? Not like you're allowed out. You come and join me in my Discord, and we could all get on the stream together. Anyway, that's enough from me. I'm gonna leave you two. I'm gonna go and have a break. Find out who wants to play a-hole. Nah, he's got a wife, he's got things to do. He's probably got a honey list. But the offer's there if you want to come play. So I'm going to find out who does want to play. Give me a little break, and then maybe I'll stream some pirates. So until then, thanks very much for watching. Yeah, Moo. Yeah. It was good to see her. Usually, I do my model bench during the day because then in the evening I can just settle down and just do gaming or whatever. So you're unlikely, unless I do it on the weekends, to actually catch much of my model bench stream, unfortunately. But if you do want to go back and check out what I've done over the last 7 days, you can always check in the videos, previous videos down there. Just check them out. I generally tend not to try and stream over 3 hours unless I'm drunk. But then I don't do model bench when I'm drunk. Yeah, and after about 2-3 hours I start losing concentration, so it's usually, that's enough for me. I don't want to start making too many mistakes, but it is a lot of fun. It's very relaxing, and you know. But anyway, again, for the third time, I'm going to say goodbye. And I see you very soon. Bye.